Hello there, Chef D Malfi here, and welcome to my kitchen, and welcome to Plant-Based Made Easy. I'm really excited to be back for another day with y'all because today I wanted to offer something that I think that you might be looking for. Are you hungry for a lunch that's quick and easy and totally delicious? So delicious that like everyone around you, your whole family, whoever you're sheltering in place with will love it too. Then I have something for you. Today we're gonna make tempeh bacon BLTA. It's one of my absolute favorite lunches to make. It's quick, it's easy, it's so tasty. It makes me feel like I am not missing out on a thing. And as you all know, it's absolutely 100% plant-based. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump right in because it actually has a couple steps. One of the steps is to marinate the tempeh overnight, which I obviously had to do ahead of time. So let me show you. The first thing that I'm going to reveal is the tempeh bacon in marinade. Look at this deliciousness. All right, it's gonna like spill all out, but you can see here, this, my friends, is the marinated tempeh bacon. Now, right now, it just looks like strips of tempeh sitting in this delicious liquidy marinade. Let me explain to you what this marinade is. It's really, really simple. You're gonna need a half a cup of soy sauce. You could use liquid aminos or you can use coconut aminos. Any of these three would work just fine. I actually like to do half and half, so I do a quarter a cup of each. You also want a little bit of an acid or a vinegar. I'm gonna use a half a cup of apple cider vinegar, and I like to buy organic and raw. The next thing that I want is some sweetness because bacon definitely has a sweet note to it. I'm gonna use pure raw maple syrup. This is organic, it's delicious. I'm just going to use a few tablespoons of this. I'm also gonna flavor it up with some sort of spice. Now, in my case, I really like cumin. Cumin is a warming spice. It's easy to use, it's friendly, it's neutral, it works really well for bacon. Even though this might not seem like it's a bacon ingredient, trust me, it's only at half a teaspoon and it really does make a big difference. And then the last ingredient, which I guess could be totally optional, but it's yummy if you have it, hickory liquid smoke. Now, this is all natural and concentrated liquid smoke. I do buy this from Amazon. I will pop the link in the comments after the show today. This is Lazy Kettle brand, and I really like it. We're not using a lot of this. It's just 3 teaspoons. But if you can't find liquid smoke, then just regular smoked paprika will work. You make the marinade, you put it in a container. I prefer glass so that it doesn't have any plastic. It doesn't contain any BPA. Put it in a glass container. You want to slice up your tempeh block, 1/4 inch pieces, just like this, and let this soak. It's 4 hours to up to overnight, and then we are ready to pan fry. You can actually pan fry this, or you can bake it in the oven, but I'm gonna do pan fry because I like that crispiness. And I want you to be able to see it while it's happening. So in my pan right next to me, I'm gonna get this to a medium high. And I really wanna make sure that I have a medium high flame the whole time. We're going to start with a little olive oil, or you can use avocado oil. I have both of my oils here just that you can kind of see the difference. One of them is a darker color, one of them is a lighter color. I'm gonna go extra virgin olive oil, and I'm just gonna use about a tablespoon. That's it, just let that get nice and hot. And then what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna remove the tempeh from the marinade, and we're gonna actually pan fry the pieces without any marinade first. Why am I explaining it this way? Because later down, like after 5 or 10 minutes of cooking, we're gonna add all the marinade back in. So while this oil heats up, let me actually do a split screen so I can show you all the other things that we're gonna add to our BLTA. All right, so definitely we've got the B, that's our bacon. I wanna make sure that I have some toast or some nice crusty bread, whatever you like. I like to use a delicious low glycemic sprouted toast, so I have 2 slices here. You could also use a tortilla or a wrap, anything you want. We also need some heirloom tomatoes, which I have here. These are really, really great. These are from A&A Farm. They are organic. And just a little quick note about tomatoes. I often will remind people, and I want to do it right now, that it's really important here in the United States to buy organic tomatoes. Conventional tomatoes, which means they are not organic or non-organic, if that's your language. It actually goes by the name of conventional if it's non-organic. But conventional tomatoes contain GMOs, or genetically modified organisms, meaning some of the seeds that are conventional tomato crops grown in the United States are genetically modified organisms or GMO crops. We don't want that. So one way to avoid that altogether is to just make sure you're buying organic tomatoes. So that's really great. The same goes for soy products as well. You always really want to buy USDA organic or internationally quality certified organic, which is that international organic label for tempeh and for soy products, like things like tofu, tempeh, seitan, all of these soy products. Make sure that they are organic. So this oil is nice and hot now. So I'm going to stop talking about the ingredients and just go right to the pan. Let me actually move this a little bit closer so you can get more of this. All right, cool. So you have enough of it in your view. I'm going to just lay them right down. Now, I really prefer doing this, pan frying this, but you could also bake this. If you want to bake it, yes, it's going to be a little less messy. It's not going to be as crispy, but it's still going to be delicious. And you can bake it at 350 degrees for 15 minutes. Then flip the pieces and bake it for another 15 minutes on the other side. But we're going to avoid all of that, and we're going to actually just do it in one pan. It's going to take a lot less time than 30 minutes in total. It's going to be great. And this is an 8-ounce block of tempeh. And you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but there's flaxseed in this tempeh, which is not a classic ingredient for tempeh. Tempeh is actually fermented soybeans, and it contains also other grains. So it can sometimes contain flaxseed, barley, hemp, anything like that can be within the fermentation of the tempeh. If you are allergic to soy or you can't use soy, find a tempeh that is soy-free. Yes, they do exist. They do exist at health food stores most of the time. You can find them at Mother's Market or Whole Foods. And there's really some cool stuff out there. I've seen coconut tempeh. I've seen seed tempeh, where it's mostly just hemp seed, flaxseed, chia seed, all of that. So you kind of have to read the label to know, but usually it'll have an indicator that will say soy-free. But rest assured, though, a lot of people are soy intolerant, or soy hurts their belly because they're used to eating conventional soy or processed soy, even soybean oil. If you've ever had like chili oil, hot chili oil contains soybean oil, or anything that really contains processed soy will actually irritate the stomach. It'll make you feel a little bloaty. If that's what you're feeling, it's probably because you're eating conventional soy products. So just kind of food for thought to keep that in mind for sure. All right, so I'm going to let this go. It only takes probably 1 to 2 minutes on this side, and then we'll flip it, and then we'll add the marinade. All right, for the other ingredients, I definitely need my L, so I'm going to use a little bit of this beautiful red leaf lettuce, which I got from my Farm Fresh USCSA farm box. Look at this gorgeousness. It's like purple on the outside leaves, and then like it's variegated, like dark green to lime green to white. It's really, really good stuff. It's like very sweet this time of year. So that's going to be my L. And then my A, you can't forget the A, my very most favorite food of all time. It's the A, it's the avocado. You can't live without it, in my opinion. I love it. I love avocados. I eat them breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. I even bake with them. I'm really excited to showcase too our a month of August menu for our live stream and for our Plant-Based Made Easy membership. So I think I'm going to do that now, you guys. Oh, wait, here we go. Let me answer Christy's question. Hi, Christy. Good to see you. Would air frying work? You bet. Absolutely. Air frying would be fantastic. Air frying doesn't take a lot of time, as you probably know if you're familiar with it, Christy. So you want to actually just probably air fry these bits, air fry the tempeh bacon for like maybe 1 to 2 minutes. Then you may need to flip them depending on if there's enough air circulating on both sides, and then go for the other side. And I'm going to flip this bacon now so that you can see this pan is a little small, but I'm going to do my best. And don't you worry, it might seem like the pan is getting kind of like darkened. That's okay. It's all going to be deglazed once we add the marinade. Do not worry. It's going to feel handled by the end here. I just made this weekend. I mentioned it yesterday. And I made it into a salad, a BLTA salad with these delicious croutons. And today we're not going to make it into a salad. We're going to make it into the classic sando, because it's a lunch recipe after all. And I love to have a little sandwich for lunch or a wrap. I love salads as well, but I usually try to eat a salad for dinner every night. So that's not usually something I always go for during the day. All right, this is looking great. I'm just going to let this go on the other side. And I think to start to deglaze this, I'm going to add a little bit of this marinade. Use about half. Let me get this area here. All right, cool. So I was saying that, yes, sometimes I actually use avocado in baking, and I'm going to actually showcase some of these amazing sweetened avocado dessert recipes in my August Plant-Based Made Easy membership. We just came out with the calendar of all of our recipes for the month of August, and I want to share it with you now. If you haven't done so already, you can actually sign up for my newsletter, and we're going to send this email out. It's supposed to go out at 10 this morning, but ConvertKit's having some issues, so it's on hold, but it will be sent out hopefully in just a few hours if they get this worked out. But right now I'm just gonna show you right on my screen. Can I do it this way? I can. I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna do it this way. Oh, come on. Don't really want my, oh, there we go. No. There we go. All right, so here is the August 2020 Plant-Based Made Easy summer menu. I'm very, very excited. I want to just show that on Mondays, we always do breakfast. On Tuesdays, we always do delicious lunches. Wednesdays are designated for dinner. Thursdays are our snack days, and Fridays are our sweets. These are going to be really amazing recipes, and I really want to showcase it. I can't scroll, though, Danny. Nope. That doesn't work.
You have to go into the next
screen. Hang on. There we go. So here it is. I'm just going to go through, I'll show you the whole month, but I'm just going to go through next week's recipes. These are going to be the recipes that I prepare here at Plant-Based Made Easy on the live. I'm really excited. Next Monday, we're going to start with blackberry pancakes. Remember, this is all summer, so it's going to be summer ingredients. We're going to roll into our lunch with spicy brown rice broccoli bowl, which is fantastic. We're going to do tempting tempeh tacos. I love to use tempeh and actually make it into ground taco meat. It's so amazing. And then for our snack day on Thursday, we're going to do summer veggie and herb rolls. And they're really refreshing. They're really easy. This is a great snack that you can enjoy making and enjoying eating with your family and friends. And then we're going to end the week with a pina colada chia pudding. It is so yummy. And then if you want, you can actually take a look for the weeks to come. We have 4 amazing weeks, wonderful recipes for the month of August. I'm really, really excited. So if you want to view this in detail, go ahead and sign up for my newsletter. If you haven't done so already, please do. And then we will send this along so you can get access to it, and then continue to join us for the lives, because now you know what's ahead and what's coming. I'm really excited to jump into all this amazing food that I've been developing over the last several weeks. It's been about 6 weeks that I've been sitting with these recipes and developing them and testing them to make sure they're really, really great. All right, so I added the rest of the marinade to the pan. I'm gonna let that marinade just cook up. It's gonna soak into the tempeh. I do wanna show you what I mean here. Look, I want you to see, it's bubbling away. It looks like there's a lot of liquid, but that's okay. It's all gonna get absorbed into the tempeh. It's gonna be really delicious. It's gonna be super flavorful, really moist, perfect. I feel like sometimes when people pan fry tempeh and they don't use the marinade, what ends up happening is it gets crispy, but almost like dried out. And I don't want my bacon to be dried. I want it to be moist, and I want it to be flavorful. So that we will certainly achieve with this marinade. All right, so this is fantastic. A good quick little reference point: if you are gonna bake this, you can actually add the marinade halfway through. So after the first flip, you can add the marinade to your baking dish. Try to bake it in like a brownie pan or something like that with a wide lip or an edge, so that when you add the marinade, it doesn't go pouring over the side. All right, so let's get into the rest of the ingredients. I want to make a quick mayo or an aioli for my delicious sandwich. I'm gonna get a bowl. And I'm going to use vegan mayo for this. I love vegan mayo. This is Thrive Market vegan mayo, which is really, really yummy. It's totally plant-based, non-GMO. It's egg-free. It's great. I'm just going to add a tablespoon or 2 because I'm only going to make enough for my sandwich. And then what I like to do is flavor this up. I don't need to add any salt, but I want some other flavor agents. I'm going to use garlic powder, freshly ground black pepper, and a little bit of dried, freeze-dried chives, which I really, really like because it's going to add not only a delicious herbaceous quality, but a great green color and a little bit of a crunch as well. So look, I have some Thrive Market chives. These are organic and non-GMO. I love that they label all their ingredients like that so that you really know that what you're getting is delicious, high quality, and good for you and the planet. Add a little bit of these freeze-dried chives. And remember, these are freeze-dried, so as soon as they hit this liquid mayo, they will sort of start to come alive even more. And then I'll grab a spoon and just mix this together and set it aside. Yes, you can do the aioli ahead of time, of course. Look, I'm only making a little bit here. I think I'm gonna need just a pinch more. I just need like a tablespoon more. I don't think that's enough for 2 slices of bread. There we go. And you can use any flavor agents that you want. You can use chili powder, smoked paprika. You can use onion powder. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want, whatever works for you, however you want to flavor this aioli is totally fine. Even like lemon zest would be great. Regular paprika. Yum. I just wouldn't recommend using salt. Not needed here because this mayo is totally prepared and delicious. All right, so you can take a look at this marinade. It's getting super thick. It's nice and bubbly, starting to look like, well, me, right? I mean, take a look at this. It's like, it really is kind of quite amazing what happens to this bacon when it sits and cooks down and gets really thick in this marinade. It's so good. It's so yummy. I love it. You could also crumble this instead of keeping it in like 1/4-inch slices if you wanted. Some people like to actually make crumbled tempeh and do the exact same marinade, exact same cooking process, either baking or pan frying. And then what ends up happening with the crumbles is that they dry out a little bit more, and you can keep them in a mason jar with a lid in the refrigerator, and they act as like Bako bits. They're plant-based. They're a blast of flavor. They're smoky. They're sweet. They're so good. So that's another really great way to enjoy this bacon. But I really like the strip form, I think, more because I want to make sure that I have like a good strip, a couple strips in each bite, right? It's so yummy. It's very satiating. What's that?
It's more like bacon.
It's more like bacon. Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's start. Let's start building this thing. I think I'm going to add some red onion as well. Why not? Let me grab my chef's knife. And I'm just going to do a few slices of red onion. Yum. Totally yummy. You can use, I should have brought, I know, pickles. You could use pickles. I was thinking about it and then I forgot as I was bringing my mise en place in. All right, this is gonna be perfect though, just as is. All right, so the bacon is like almost finished up. I can tell because the marinade is pretty much dissolved almost completely.
Question?
Yes, question. All right, from Mary, how salty or how much sodium is in it? Well, I don't know, actually. I haven't added any added salt. So it really depends on, Mary, on what you're using as your base. So are you using soy sauce? Are you using coconut aminos, liquid aminos? What are you using for that? And then that'll determine how much sodium is in your bacon per serving. And you can quickly do that math by just looking at the back of the ingredient list, the nutrition label of whatever you're using, and determine how much you're using per serving. There you go. That's your sodium level. You can definitely decrease this by using low sodium soy sauce. That would be for sure something that you could do. But I wouldn't recommend removing the soy sauce or the coconut aminos or the liquid aminos out, because that really does give it, the quality of the bacon. That's what's going to give it the brown color and the deliciousness. So you can determine that on your own, but I recommend of the three, truly, I like to blend these two. It tends to be less salty than soy sauce, in my opinion, because the coconut aminos is a little bit sweeter, and it has like a more, just like a milder flavor. All right, so
Gerald wants to tell you what he's eating for lunch.
Okay, hi Gerald. Gerald's having quinoa with spinach and a bowl. Quinoa bowl with spinach for lunch. That sounds great. I'm coming to your house for lunch. I love it. Thank you for sharing. Maybe you'll try this tempeh bacon for tomorrow's lunch, perhaps. All right, I'm going to take some of these red onions and just place them down. Totally optional. You could do pickles here, whatever you want. Truly, truly. All right, I think I'm gonna get into these tomatoes as well. I'm just gonna slice these. I think I need a little serrated knife for this. I'm just gonna slice these. No, I think this is fine. You could use the large tomatoes too. The beefsteaks, though, are going to be more juicy. And I really like the cherry tomatoes when I'm using tomatoes in general because they tend to have more fiber and less of that water. And I really, really like that for a sandwich. I'm going to use a little bit of this avocado. Yum, my fave. Get in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually roll my knife around the pit. What you end up with is this beautiful exposed pit inside. Save this one, right? We're not going to use the whole thing. Save this one with the pit. And then actually put this in a stasher bag, or if you're still using single-use plastic wrap, go ahead and do that. But I recommend getting something that's a little bit more sustainable for Mother Earth, like a stasher bag, something like that. This is going to stay a lot longer inside of a BPA-free silicone stasher bag or any of these other kind of Tupperware containers that are air-sealed, airtight, delicious, keeping our food really delicious and really good for a lot longer in storage. So I'm just going to open this tomato up like I've done and then score it on the half side. I only need probably a quarter of this tomato per sandwich, of course. Maybe if that's too much for you, you can definitely just do a little bit less. There we go. I'm going to add some of this beautiful red leaf lettuce. There we go. And remember, we eat with our eyes first. So we want it to look so scrumptious and so delicious we can't even like look away, right? Look at this bacon, y'all. Come on. Yum, yum, yum. This looks like a bacon lardon, which is like a really thick cut of bacon. Ah, yum. I'm so glad I mentioned it yesterday during our oven snafu. It reminded me that I wanted to make this for you. And I was like, as soon as we ended yesterday's show, I made a batch of the marinade and I was like, I know what I'm making tomorrow. Yum. All right. So I'm doing 5 slices of this bacon, but it's totally your call. However many you want to do, but I want to really go wall to wall or coast to coast. I don't want any bit of bread without any bacon. You see this? Yum. All right. Yummy. It's going to fall, but you're going to catch it. All right, this is my building plate. I'm going to get a nicer plate for serving because I want to keep it really beautiful. I want to slice it in half as well. I really want to expose the inside because, again, it's more aesthetically pleasing. So I'm going to grab my sando. This piece is falling out. I'm going to tuck it in. Give it a little slice on the bias or on the diagonal. And then prepare for mouth-watering effect. Look at this. Yeah? You into that as much as I'm into that? Come on. That looks so good. I can't even stand it. That looks amazing. I'm going to place it down so that it doesn't, I'm going to place it like this. I love when like diners serve sandwiches up, just sort of upright. You guys, come on. Get into it. This looks really, really good. So worthy of a bite right now. Okay. Come on, Daniela. Here we go. Bite time. This is quality control, as I say. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm.
Should I come have a bite?
Danny, I think you need to come have a bite. I gotta hold it for you. I know that you're gonna like that. What do you think?
Oh, it's amazing.
It's amazing. This bacon is so good. It's warm, it's crispy, it's sweet, it's salty, but in a good way, Mary. Don't you worry. It tastes like coconut aminos, liquid aminos. It tastes like I'm fueling my body for success to thrive for the rest of the day. It feels so good. I love tempeh bacon. I personally love tempeh. I think it's fantastic. It's like one of these ingredients that I use all the time. And I encourage you to experiment with it. It's really fun to use. It's very easy to use. You can get it at Trader Joe's. You can even get it at Safeway and Vons and Ralph's and Albertsons now, any of these normal supermarkets, as well as health food stores. So try it. I really like Light Life, and I also really love the Trader Joe's brand, which is just, they only have one in the store. It's so good. So try this recipe, you guys. Let me know if you like it. If you do make this recipe, snap a photo of your BLTA and then pop it into our Plant-Based Made Easy Facebook group, of which we have now over 500 members. Oh, excuse me, 400 members. We're almost to 500. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful to you guys. Apparently, all of the content that we're providing, but the conversation is rich, and it's exactly what I think people are looking for. That's what you guys have been telling us. If there's something specific that you would like for us to talk about, to see on the Plant-Based Made Easy Facebook group, then go ahead and start the conversation. I want to empower you to start the conversation as well. This is your group just as much as it's ours. And it's for everyone. So encourage your family and friends to join, or anyone who might be interested. And if you haven't done so already, consider joining us for our Plant-Based Made Easy membership. It's only $12 per month. What you get is a digital Plant-Based Made Easy downloadable cookbook. Yes, I am publishing a new cookbook every month. It is seasonal. It's so yummy. I've already showed you the calendar. That is going to be for the month of August. You'll get all of those recipes and more, 4 additional extra recipes, including a grocery list, so that you don't have to feel confused or overwhelmed at the market. I really want to set you up for success. So consider joining us for that. To join and to actually become a member, you can actually download the cookbook right here at bit.ly/plant-based made easy. And that is going to get you the cookbook. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you tomorrow. In the meantime, go out there, have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, and make it magical. Peace out, guys.